I'm Brandy, and today is Mystery Monday, so we'll be playing some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Also, hi, Rodent, how's it going? Oh, Ed, thanks for popping in, even for a bit. I'll try not to spoil too much in the meantime. And yeah, good luck with it when you play too. Also, hi, Mr. Swiss Cheese, how's it going? I'm fine. Thanks for asking, he says. Yeah. All right. So I believe we were speaking with Gumshoe. So let's get back to it. Okay. So we got partially through the conversations and we ended up stopping partway through. Okay, so we got tomorrow's trial in the Inner Temple. The trial begins tomorrow. But who's the prosecutor? Wait, didn't we cover this before? I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement? What? What happened to him? What do you mean? Whoa! Hold on a sec. My controller's connected, so you would assume. It's a good question. Well, my controller's connected to my computer. That's something new. That startled me. I don't know why I'm always startled by this. Okay. But I guess I got to sleep in this morning, so that's something new. It's pretty good. Okay, so it's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. That he died from drinking too much coffee? Excuse me. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in court in the role of defense attorney. However, I'd be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why. But I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge. Are we really worried about him? I don't think we should be. Wait, riddle me this, E. Why did the chicken cross the road? I'm guessing because the feed was on the other side of the road. The farmer probably put, like, you know, the nice feed trough for the chickens. I don't know why the farmer put it on the other side of the road, but they did, and then the chickens would cross, and then they peck at the feed. Then they come back. See, it's too dangerous for those chickens. I mean, they do look both ways when they cross, but... Wait, to get to his friend Dumbo house? Wait, Dumbo's across the street? Yeah, that's worth going across the street for. Wait, yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. You give him too much credit. Oh, knocked? Okay, knocked. Who's there? That's why I requested that other judge preside over the trial tomorrow. No, not the Canadian! He knows you too! Chicken? Chicken who? I've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Wait a second. Did you ask who the prosecutor was going to be? You already knew. Reread the above. Okay, hold on. Okay, riddle me this. Why did the chicken cross the road to get to his friend Dumbo house? Okay. Knock, knock. The chicken. Read the above. Is Dumbo at the door? I'm sorry, I'm very confused. Okay, I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Can you do that? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. That's impressive. I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull. Okay. Never mind the jokes. Wait. Flopped? Wait, I'm sorry. I got confused. Inner temple. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of Dusky Bridge. The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of the bridge besides the inner temple? Nope. Not a thing. Nothing. The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there. So the only thing there is the inner temple. I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya. Oh, that's gonna be bad. Also, hi, Grammar. How you doing? Hope things are going good. Okay. So Maya's still missing. Pearl is missing. What's her face? Elise is dead. The gem in her staff is missing. Bikini says... I forgot her name. It's not Dahlia, but it's basically Dahlia. Iris did it. Wait, I'm error 404. Status not found. Wait, what? Did you crash? Okay, so I talked to you. Oh yeah, the sword was used as a murder weapon. Maybe I should go around elsewhere? Because we talked to Bikini fully. Wrong location. Larry's missing. So I could go to ow! Smack. Oh jeez. Let me know if the bird tweeting is too loud. Did I talk to you? Yeah, I did. Is Iris done? No. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. I came back because I needed to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind. But I've already told you everything that Iris, please remember, I'm on your side. Are you? You can tell me anything. Yes, thank you. What did you do to the child? Answer my questions. Oh, you were frightened, that's right. Why were you frightened? Oh no. I have to crack you and beat you over your head with the magnetama. I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Donim with a sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well. I just had a thought. We have multiple spirit mediums here. What if it wasn't Iris that was taken over by Dahlia? What if Maya went on a rampage? It would help with all the extras. Also, what the heck? They're random chimes. Alright, never mind. Ignore that. You were there as well. What if he went on a rampage? I don't know what you're talking about. Also, what's your new phone? Wait, what? Oh! It's a good question. I think it's a Pico F5 Pro. I think that's what it was called. I have to double check that though. What? When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet, Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night. But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night. It looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psychic locks. So we're gonna beat her over the head. Got it. Would he go on... would he go on a killing rampage? Or a stealing spree? Who? Specifically Edgeworth or... Oh! E. Did he go on a killing spree or a stealing spree? The thing is the most valuable jewel that was attached to the staff is missing. So, one would conclude that I would go on a stealing spree. And then the murder just happened to happen at the same time. Alright, let's try this again. What do we got? What do we got? Autocorrect got me. No! I was wondering about that. It's fighting us. I was frightened. What were you frightened about? Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers, understand? Yes, sir. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe the case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have these answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night? Yes, I swear. I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? Okay, what was it? Wait, how much of a klepto are you? I don't steal anything. Yeah. Everything's safe in my bread lies. I was afraid of the cute red-headed Canadian streamer. She steals hearts. You, what? I got cut out. What? You got cut out? She says she doesn't steal anything. Which is a lie. Explain again about the klepto. My Twitch. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't steal anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so we got the weather. What? Actually, I have a blackmail letter. That's gotta count for something, right? Okay, blackmail letter? I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you. That's... Well, Iris. Why are you glaring at me like that? You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, isn't that correct? Okay, that was easier than I thought. Hey, whoa! Everyone get down! Get down! No one panic, no one panic. I got this. I've trained in the art of gun. Okay, we're safe. Duck and cover. Alright. Was it the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? I think it was the glare. Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way. It does! Glare harder! So back to the question. Oh, would you rather steal Chad's hearts metaphorically or our money? I'm gonna say steal the hearts. Yep. Because when you steal the hearts, then the money will fall. So bad. just the hearts. But Mr. Edgeworth. Yes. Yes. I thought the letter was just someone playing a prank on me. A prank. Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief. I wonder about that. Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her. No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there is one person you didn't want your secret told to. I mean... Wait. Anyway, have to lurk breaks over. Alright, thank you for lurking. You're not welcome for lurking. Damn it. You got me ahead of time. I feel like she seems like she has a secret with Phoenix or about Phoenix, so I'm gonna say Phoenix. You don't want Phoenix to know your secret. Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. You've murdered many. Well, what do you have to say? I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. Okay. Also, hi, Ultra Ranger. How's it going? Thank you. Hopefully you got this. Wait, joke's on you. I don't wear none anymore. It's because I stole it. Okay, so why were you frightened? Expand more on the fact that you got blackmailed. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it. What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions? It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge. A small shack, It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near unless they were a complete loser and a womanizer. Where is this on this map? Oh, so I couldn't have... Wait, dies from a lack of blood circulation. Oh no, wait. I'd give it back. Oh no. Wait, a complete loser? I have to go there. No, you're not a complete loser. What are you talking about? We were talking about Larry. Let's be clear. So, I could have showed him the whole map. I could have pointed to the correct location. And because the shack wasn't on there... Man, I wasted all that time. Where is it on this map? Heavenly Hall. I did click on it! Directly! Damn it! It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down by, from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought of such a terrible criminal... Wait, that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it. So this is the secret that you locked away in your heart. Yes. It looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. I think it's Larry. I think we've established this already. But are you ready for econ, the only con about you? No? I wasn't told about this. In any case, am I hosting? Sorry, I'll focus. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night. Yes, that's exactly right. Iris's testimony added to the court record. Okay, so you still claim you haven't left, but you do admit that the blackmailer got to you. So... Did you not go? The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. That's right, I figured it out. You were his girlfriend. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret. But it's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is. Is he not Phoenix Wright? Defense attorney? Is there some extra added on there? But he has no idea who I am. Okay. Oh, okay, we were going with a different angle. Alright, got it. Okay, are you good? You good in jail? I'm gonna go. See you later. Okay, so can I go to Heavenly Hall? Yes, I can. Okay, this is good. What the heck? What happened here? What's with the flags? Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? It's still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Where can he hide? He's huge. Oh, why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them into Japan. Next is gonna be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. Wait, hides. Don't hide, wait! Come back! He's just talking to himself? Shh! Be quiet and listen. Is this admissible in court? If you were hiding and you hear someone say something, I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Hey, you! About what you just said, I got an objection. What? The... Edgy, you dirty rat! Gumshoe. You oaf. I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger. You've watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry. The jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? Speak, boy. Let's do this. What is this little shack, anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Come on. I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Ah. Sounds a lot like my apartment here, there, pal. One thing's for sure. No one is likely to show up and disturb you here. So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. About Iris. Missed opportunity for Gumshoe to have his own objection graphic. Exactly! Oh! You make an excellent point. That would have been beautiful. The artwork that could have been used later. Oh, does he have any major moments in the series where he's one of the main, like, I know he's in every game basically, or at least so far he's been in every game, but like, I feel like he needs to be a main character in his own game, and they would have had a picture prepared and everything for it. Listen to me, Edgy. You've got to do this. You got to save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth! Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No. Not yet. But I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would, damn it. Click too quickly. He'd never imagine that I can marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him onto the witness stand. Okay, the night of the crime. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Aw, man. Don't you have anything else to talk about? with that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Oh, okay. Chill out with those scary eyes, I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. Something incredible. Why do I always feel like you look like a toad when I see that face? Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Alright, well. Let's discuss what happened last night. I really feel like we're on to something. The night of the crime. Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. Huh? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I had been sleeping, I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I had just been slapped in the face by my old friend, Naomi. And then it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky bridge caught on fire. Ah! David, how's it going? Yeah. I'm doing good, thanks for asking. Just woke up? Nice. Okay, so Dusky Bridge caught on fire. Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, why are you giving me an evil eye? I'm telling the truth. There are still 3 psychic locks remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? What? Where, you say? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room, by the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you are as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies here. There? What do you mean, what there? It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike on Dusky Bridge from your room because, as we check the map. Okay, let's go straight for the map. So what did I miss? Well, so far we finished talking to Gumshoe. Ended up going back to talk to Iris in the detention center. We broke her psychic locks, punched them to bits. Turns out she was afraid to go to, like, outside of her room, she claims, and to the inner temple because she got blackmailed. She got a blackmail letter. And the reason why, like, she has this big secret, and the blackmailer was like, hey, I'm gonna tell your secret. And we were like, oh, you don't want anyone to know that secret because, or you don't want your secret to get out because then Phoenix will know about it. So it has to do with Phoenix. So we've confirmed it, but we don't know the secret yet. So failing got it. Yep. So now... she told us where the Heavenly Shack is, so we're trying to break Larry. So far, so good. What I miss? Ease, infectious laugh. Oh, yay, thank you. But mostly because I was hospitalized for a laughing infection. Oh no. Wait, what? Okay, this is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of the Hazakura Temple. There's trees. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from here. What? Oh yeah, Larry was lying about where he was last night, and he said he was in the main hall, so... Yeah. Yeah, we're just pointing out the fact that it's surrounded by trees. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? It's because that would help you create a better lie. Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? Where is Dahlia? Well, I think she's in jail. In Iris's body. But that's my guess. So, I don't know if that's actually the case. She was supposed to be in jail in her own body, but I'm thinking she might have latched on to someone else, possibly may have died. It looks like it won't be that easy after all. But where's chat? Did you jail us too? I promise I didn't put you in jail. You can leave the basement whenever you want. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then, where were you? Yeah, you don't know that? I wasn't in my room. So where was Larry? And why was he there? If I can read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. Lies. Wait, you can leave the basement? I'm in the shack, so I can't leave. Wait. Oh no! How'd you get in there? The place, okay. Where you witnessed the bridge catch on fire. Oh, so hi, Corey, how's it going? Hope things are going well. Is the Heavenly Hall. Wait, the basement door isn't locked and it seems to be barricaded. Wait, what? No, that's why I didn't barricade it. What do you mean I put you there? I didn't put you in the shack. The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall. Doing good? That's good to hear. I'm doing pretty good, thanks for asking. What? Why would I be hanging out in this whole shack at 10 p.m.? It's freezing cold. There's no electricity and it could fall apart at any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Uh-oh. Doing pretty good. Emphasize on pretty. Am I right? Jeez. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that at least once in your life, visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick. Wow. That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a fair decor? I think you mean a fair decor. Could it be you were waiting for someone? Oh no. You really are one scary guy, you know? I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. Well, considering the fact that Iris got a blackmail letter to come to Heavenly Hall, I'm gonna go out on the limb and say you were blackmailing Iris? Which is crazy. There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. Bikini! I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over. Edgy? No, I doubt. Wait, no doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. Yes, I do. Okay, evidence. I think I know what it is. So we got Iris's testimony. I don't think that's useful. The autopsy. The weapon. The shtick. Weather report. I mean, I can't... None of these seem like they would be better than this, so I'll just go with note to Iris. You wrote this, didn't you? Here's your evidence. You called her to the spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey. Give that back! You're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says salutations here. Well, that's what it said in the book, Letter Writing for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, Dear Iris. I'm so sorry. Spill it, Larry. But how ashamed is he of my evil actions? Well, you gotta tell me all your evil actions. I don't think I'm ashamed yet. Why would I be ashamed? We got you. Exactly. The night of the crime. So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag! Threatening a young lady like that. Yeah, you tell him, Gumshoe. Pick him up. You're big. I'm too tiny for that. Speak. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean that threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Isn't that illegal? I feel like that's illegal. Like, couldn't you get in real trouble if you wrote a letter like this? Like, at least a fine or something? Be right back, getting a call. Alright. Give me a break. It's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What book did you read, man? What did you just say? My love for her burned so hotly, it could melt all the snow on this mountain. Oh. Then what is this secret you mention? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. You know, I really love game interactivity, but sometimes there's never enough. I would really love some VR gloves right now, and I'd like to punch you in the face. What the heck? Obviously, she wouldn't want old lady bikini to know about, right? It's too early. It's not even morning, but it's too early for this. Take his neck and squeeze. Exactly. I won't cut it off entirely, just a little bit. About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair. Alright. Then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break! It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh. Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal? It's because Edgy gave me that scary look of his. Gumshoe, I think you're gonna have to... It's gonna have to grab Edgeworth. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's it. That's what all those huge locks were about. I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like... No, I don't. I really don't. Hey, come on. Don't let it get you down. Oh, my eye is twitching. German suplex his ass. Yes, let's do it. Because love is a business venture. Oh, yeah, you make a good point. Okay. So, using oh god, I can't speak. A manila envelope is actually a good idea. Yeah, my expeditions went lower now. But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something. I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago. Oh, please, don't flashback. Marriage for tax benefits? True? Maybe? That's definitely a business deal. Wasn't marriage originally business deals? Tax benefits works out too. If you really want to know, last night I saw something incredible. That was the bridge. He's right. Larry. What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone. Oh. Yep, love is like starting a business. It'll crash and burn, and you'll have to broke. Oh my god, that's so sad. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another. Gumshoe, dunk him in the river. You mean marriage for ensuring cooperation between two nations? Yeah. Yeah, and like in the olden days, actually, a lot of, or in the past, wasn't marriage just like kind of a business deal? Maybe between nobles, I guess, right? One person will be like powerful and they'll have a family fortune, and it'll be like, your family is also powerful and has a fortune, so why don't you marry my daughter? You know, like here's my daughter, there's your son, let's slap them together. Marriages for nobles were often diplomatic. Yeah, I thought so. Something incredible. Explain. So it's all business, right? There's no love in it. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was that incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? You don't care about anything unless it's a girl. If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What'd you see? What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide something from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Again? Please. Tell me. Oh my god. How many is... Oh my... 5? No! What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like that? Like I'm next to be hit by a lightning bolt. I've just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. Wait, enough of this waterborne his face. It's cold, it's winter, it's gotta suck, right? Actually, I saw a study saying that it's not uncommon for arranged marriages to turn about the same as unarranged marriages. I believe it. Okay. All right. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Oh my, Mr. Lawrence feels that way about me? You didn't know? Apparently. He isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Lawrence is the witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini? She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donham, correct? Yeah, take your time on that. Oh, sorry, I thought I saw something. Okay. That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well, then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed... Don't worry. The judge is incompetent. He's Canadian. I've made the necessary arrangements. I placed some maple syrup on his desk. It's a perfect bribe. I see. Iris. It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Mr. Edgeworth? I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself. Wait. I feel... Wait, he's gonna prosecute Chad in court. Wait a second. No, I won't do that. Wait, hold on. Whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. Alright. Excellent. I make no promises. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor. This is so weird. Wait. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. Who is this judge? This is... I think it's the same judge that we had last time. The Canadian one that was in Maya's case. When she was defending that one guy who kept eating the ball on the chain. Because that's... He has the same haircut. I'm surprised he doesn't look that different. Because it's been years. I thought that was a flashback judge. Yeah, that's what I thought too, but I think it's the same judge. I guess we'll find out. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem that this case is already over before it had any chance to begin. Wow, we won? We won, guys. This is the fastest. I want to be Edgeworth more often. This is amazing. Is it because they saw my face and they ran away? Oh, this is fantastic. Wait, does any judge in this series even have a name? You know, I don't know. Yay, we win! I'm ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant... Okay, no one say anything. No! Of all the people it could have been. No. Why? The prosecution stands ready. And you are... No! Okay. Well, that was my alarm, so... I guess I'm gonna take a quick break for a few minutes, and then we'll get back. So we have Francisca von Karma here. I'll be back in a little bit. Alrighty. I am back. Sorry about the delay. For the welcome back, Plushy. Alright, back. Ready to continue. Relaxed. Got more water. Let's do this. So, sorry, Franziska von Karma, you were saying? And you are? Franziska von Karma. Prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Legends are a thing of the past. Pardon me. I am a von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. Wait, did Edgeworth... I'm sorry. Edgeworth said he arranged this. Was this the arrangement? Why was this a good idea? Also, hi, Sonny, how you doing? I know I said I'm lurking, but I ran myself out of work. Wait, you ran out of work? Oh no, that's so terrible. Whatever shall you do? You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? Oh, this is the Canadian judge. By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I get that a lot. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Wait, no, Franziska von Karma. Oh, we got her in our pocket, right? She wouldn't want to mess us up. Wait, I know I said... Oh, sorry, reading stuff. Miss von Karma, do you have anything to say? Nope. There is no such weakling as this man... Wait, there's no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. There isn't. But I'm sure once before... Ah! I told you. There is no such weakling. What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff! Remove the whip at... I have no objection to the whip. Wait, that's because she won't hit you with it! You jerk. I guess Von Karma would like the chance to fight Edgy. You know, I think that she would rather get that chance than reveal the truth. You make a good point. You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. My God. I was really hoping to go against Godot here. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. Okay. I see you brought your flair for the his what? Histronic? Okay. I expect us to face what you're eating. Nope. I refuse to be in the courtroom today. Allow me to add the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my courtroom. Or my court. Ah! The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma. Please give an outline of this case. With a little whipping... With as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed book author, Miss Elise Donim. The fact that it's still in the statue's hand. I think we all know what happened. The statue came to life and stabbed her. It was no one was involved in this case. Her body was found in the Hazakura temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. Could we just frame Larry and do every woman a favor? You know, I'm sure we could build a case. Upset with his employer. There's gotta be something. You know? She turned him down. Everyone turns him down, really. It could have been the one that started it all. Very well, the court accepts this photo of the crime scene. Nice. There's no mistake. This is the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. He's gonna frame someone in chat. No, wait, I promise I won't. Hold on. Let's calm down now. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. You say that, but I know there's a game in the series where you're the main protagonist. There's no way you're not a defense attorney. Or you might get roped into it. It's 3 Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on there. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back-pained plagued witness? Wait, there was a back pain plagued witness? Or are you accusing her of back pain? Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. There we go. Once again, your name and occupation, please. A little old me? Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You get it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. My back hurts from carrying E. Wait. Wait, when are you gonna show us your flying skills? I don't have flying skills. Also, hi, is it Adley? I hope I say that right. And yes, objection. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Ah! My face! The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with... God words. Lechery in their hearts. I'm gonna assume that's correct. Should leave this sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? No need. Your bikini's in the twist. Get your bikinis in a twist. Just, let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. But he is so tiny. Lachery? Am I getting close? In any case, witness. I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. Closer, yes. Okay, that's good. Wait, tiny brain. That's true. But you don't have to say it. I'm back, but I gotta go. Alrighty. I'm now getting my new glasses finally. Nice! Hope it turns out good. And have a great rest of your day. Thanks for staying as long as you can. So what I miss? Oh wait, you're not going right away. Okay. Basically, we're in court now, and the prosecutor is Franziska von Karma, because I guess Edgeworth called her, and she seems okay with this. Actually, I'm gonna lurk. Alrighty. Sounds good. And Miss Bikini has entered the stand, and we got a Canadian judge. Let's hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? Wait, you are apparently whipping out a family slowly over every game. Yep. The night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but it's like how every Tenchu game starts with you killing a lecturess. Oh! Lectury. Merchant named Goya? That was supposed to post first, but it didn't. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. So I'm sensing a pattern kind of thing. Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So, I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very stereotypical, how much of a stereotype Canadian are you? Well, I don't think I have the fake accent stereotype or real accent. Whatever that accent is, I don't think I have it to the fullest degree. I do say A occasionally without realizing it. Why, but I just laughed at the name Bikini. Amazing. I do like maple syrup though. I'm gonna say like a 7 on the scale of being a stereotypical Canadian. 6. She doesn't say enough and tells us she's going out for a rip. A rip? The heck is a rip? Oh no. They're gonna take my Canadian citizenship away. Wait. Oh, thank you. Okay, it was after I had finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. She's not going on. Wait, she's not going out at all. Wait, that's true. Okay, what did you see? Can you be more specific? So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle. Now, are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Please begin your cross-examination. Wait. Okay, lost a point for not knowing that meme. No! I'm sorry. Posted in music for later. I'm slowly becoming not Canadian. Wait, you have anger issues. Wait, what? Your Honor, Canada does not exist. Americans really make fools of themselves as usual. Wait. That night I was helping it. Okay, helping the acolyte, so she was helping Maya. Please tell us more. Why must you become American? I'm not becoming American. Hold on. What is this inner temple? Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right? We'll be the ones asking the questions, madam. In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training. And how exactly do you help with these processes? Or process? It is at, all quite... Wait. Is all quite exacting? It can't be performed without a nun supervising. Like a tutor watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. A tutor with a whip in your case. Oh my god. Now is not a good time to become American. I agree. Oh, thank you. Your Canadian citizenship has been revoked. Oh, quite you have struggled saying, wait, what? I'm very confused. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple, where the murder took place? Okay. Back likes to act up. Go on. He's a pirate now. Yes, I roam the 7 seas on my little ship. Violently. That's right, it's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. Just being live is like strict training. On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours... Fabulous? Of yours hurting again? That's right. Raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off. Her face jiggles. Alright, so you left Iris at the inner temple? Outer temple? At the one that's across the bridge. You left Iris to help with what? What do you think? The Acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10, so we were starting to enter into the training exercises proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simply to watch over the Acolytes so that they don't pass away. Well! Okay, I was gonna say be there to, like, check to make sure, like, the spirits don't connect to the body and then start going on a rampage, but alright. Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct? Yes, yes. She's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions. Okay. There's no bath at the inner temple. Okay. So you had to leave. Where are you at? The night? Wait, what? Where was I at that night? I was in bed. Sleeping. Yep, that's all I was doing. No one saw me. No one could prove it. But I was definitely sleeping. I can smell something stinky here, and I'm not talking about Eno. Jeez. I bet he's gonna let chat die during the spiritual training. Wait, hold on. I wouldn't do that. So you returned to the Hazakura temple in order to take a bath. My back is to blame for everything. It's a do or be done in kind of world, after all. How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking? My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. Okay? Wait, what kind of weird... Wait, what? Take that. We got video evidence. Wait, hold on. I bet your next question is gonna be, where exactly did you wash? Huh, this is why you have to watch the young ones. What are you going on about? I was... Ah! So about that whip, Edgeworth. Pathetic, Miles Edgeworth. The lowest of low. Is there some sort of kick me sign stuck to my defense's bench? Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long, you understand, so... It was after I had finished it. Okay, you just saw it. What did you see? Expound! Ollie, where do you wash? Wait a second. Everywhere? I try to get everywhere, you know? Gotta get all the crevices and everything. The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? Ah! When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true. There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then excuse me, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are. Okay. So... She coughed. Thank you for the water. The cold is getting to him. Okay. Let's think this over. Helping the acolyte train. Back flares up. So I left to help. There was no bath at the inner temple. Okay, needed a long soak. It was after I finished... Okay, when I saw it. You said you needed a long soak, but you were like, I gotta finish quickly. My honor, my client coughed. Objection. Okay, let's think about this. We have the stick. We have the other pointy stick. We have that. We have that. Irrelevant. Okay, we got the temple information. Actually, why don't we take a look? It doesn't really help. So you went across the bridge, you walked all the way back and went to the temple, and then soaked. Okay. The sauna or hot tub? I want to say hot tub. Ideally one that has not been contaminated. It's pollen season. Yeah, I think I'm starting to feel it. Okay, let's think about the weather. So during this time it was snowing. There was lightning from 10 to 11, and someone claims that the bridge was hit at 10:45. So probably cross the bridge before 10:45 in order to go take a soak. do you mean contaminated? What the hell happened? I don't know. You know, other people soaking it like a people soup. It can get kind of nasty. Okay, taken by her only pupil. Okay. Doesn't help. I don't think. Okay. Rang lights out bell at 10. And then went to her room until the murder was discovered. Okay. So, she was asked to ring the bell. And then she... Can I use this? Because it doesn't match with what she said. Does it even count? Okay, so the death occurred between 10 to 11. Courtyard photo. Pretty standard. I can't really think. Okay. Okay, where does it mention Iris? Maybe here. I'm gonna save before I start this because I have a feeling I'm gonna mess this up so bad. Okay, let's try her testimony. She rang the bell, so that means she wasn't there. Okay, witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, well, well. The jiggle. Wait, also hi. Is it Dopo? I hope I say that right. Please correct me if I said your name wrong. Just found you when I tried to watch VTuber playing Ace Attorney. Oh, hey, thanks for coming by. Bridge to the turnabout. Yeah, we made it to the, I guess, the last case for this game. Why should you guys so much? I don't know. Don't worry, I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. Ooh. I thought she went there and then came back, but she didn't actually go. Wait, hold on. No, that's right. She rang the bell, and then she wasn't asked to go, was she? Also, hi, Steve the Wizard. How are you doing? The jiggle physics are so crazy. Gravity has stopped working. Jeez. What? No. She said that? Glad I didn't miss the playable Edgeworth section. Yeah. A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back. Yeah, except for the fact that everyone heard the bell at 10. So, how does the timeline work exactly? But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. What do you think about that? But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. bones. She does indeed have honest eyes. You don't... Those are the eyes of a killer. Don't you even go there, sir. Also, hi, Agent Zero. How you doing? Objection, Your Honor. My client swore on their mama they wouldn't lie. Exactly. At least Edgy doesn't take shit. That's true. What? All people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Excuse me, sir. I was hit once, I think. I might have actually forgotten. Do the whipping. Objection, Your Honor. Anyway, neither the witness or the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means we must call your memory into question. Dear, dear, dear. You're older than me, yet you want to play that game, do you? Why do you look like you want to take the judge over your knee and smack him in the butt? Well, that isn't exactly what I... My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. Uh-oh. I object. She has used her charm and to gain the upper hand. Yeah, smack that judge. Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence. You would make a terrible witness with her memory. Yeah, wait. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. And please add your comments about... It's happened! All the abouts should be switched to a boot. Iris, to the testimony. And let us return to the cross-examination. Also, hi, Damon, how's it going? Yep, we have a Canadian judge in here. Also, hi, Duple? You came over to Twitch. Wait, are you planning to play Ace Attorney Investigations after this? I probably will, but I might pick a game to play in between to kind of break up, because we just played the Phoenix Wright trilogy, or Ace Attorney trilogy. And we haven't taken a break in between those 3 games, so we might take a break before. But definitely, yeah, sometime in the future. I wish there was a way to view memories on TV or something. That would be so much easier. Yeah, also non-altering would be great. He's trying her best to be Canadian, yet she will not get away from the allegations of her being American. Jeez. That night, I was helping an acolyte. Okay. As you can see, back acts up. Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she... Oh! Iris came to the inner temple, and she was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. There's no... Okay. It was after that I had finished. I just head back, and that's what... Okay. So this is the change statement. Exactly as she been after dinner. Specify, please. Are you sure that you're not making a mistake? You, young man, need to get your... Wait. Estimation of me up from the floor. Estimation? Nah. I think I read that right. Also, hi, Jason. How's it going? Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake, thinking I made a mistake. She wasn't wearing her hat. She gave it to Phoenix. An excellent finish there, witness. Still, I have to wonder. Okay, I'm gonna bet on this one. She gave this to Phoenix because she said it would protect him from evil. Take that. What a mistake, yep. You didn't even notice the hat on her head? Seriously? That's on the head. When you look at people, you see them in the, like, their face. Man. Witness, let's get one thing straight. I'm good. I'm at work, but it's only a 4-hour shift. Nice. And then 3 days off. Ooh, that sounds good. What am I saying? I got you. Wait, you got me? He's trying. Wait, hold on. But I am Canadian. Yeah, don't look at hats. But what about hats that surround the face? The whole face? Look at feet. Well, I didn't think about people who look at feet. She could be a feet looker. But you always need to know where they're going. You know, you make a good point. The defendant whom you claim to have met. She was wearing this, a demon warding hood, correct? Of course. This is a very important piece of clothing. I'll have you know. I was looking at feet. Yeah, I wouldn't know about that. Wait a minute. You're leading the witness. When you play sports, you gotta look at feet, not the hats. Come on now. I'm sorry. I didn't think about that. Feet looker. Hold it right there. Why do you have that? Something I picked up. That's the question of the day now, isn't it? Miss Von Karma. I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night. Before the lights out bell was rung. What? Why wasn't I told about this? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood. Well. Oh, she is on crates! I didn't notice. Why did it take me this long to notice? It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. You do it once, Edgeworth, and you're gonna start liking it. He's looking at the grippers? The grippers? Caught on 4K. Wow. Wait, what? The feet? Calling her short. I mean, it's okay to be short. She just needs a little boost from that. Oh! Sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. And this is quite strange. Are you saying you're also short? Maybe? If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There's no contradiction here. Wow. You haven't encountered the psychic locks of Edgeworth earlier, have you? Oh, I encountered Edgeworth looking at psychic locks, and it is very weird. And the fact that he's okay with it, a little too okay with it, is kind of weird. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness? Well, I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt. You must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. I was gonna say mind might... Okay. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. heck? Contradictory stimulation. What? Edgeworth? What are you thinking? This is weird. Okay, after my bath. Go on. Now I want to hear how long it took. I want to hear if you got all the places as well. I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look, and Iris was... Oh, Mystic Elise! And with the sword of all things. Hey, she was just scratching her back. There's no proof that it went through. Did she wash behind the ears? Exactly. This is important information. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out into the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. Contradiction! Immediately, the body fell from a great height post-death. You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then I would be much like Miss Von Karma, whipping Mr. Edgeworth in court. Wait, what? You'd be whipping it? And me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that. I'm very confused, sir. This judge... His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Wait. Yes, she's just scratching your honor. Wait. Calling everyone by their full name. Couldn't you do something about that habit of yours? Objection, slams coffee down. Speculation. Exactly. Okay. So, I think I kind of want to jump to it. Okay, finished bathroom around 11. Taking a walk. Iris was with the sword of all things. Was staying in the corner room, which faces out to the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. Okay. I don't know if it needs a little more, but... Okay. Body fell 10 feet after death. This has to be it. I object! I'm not even going to press you, ma'am. An impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyway. Oh, please do. My brain is something else. Especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. Ah! That's right! It says after death right here. That's what that means, Your Honor. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Ah! Exactly! Those crates! I can't get over it. Wait. Are all Canadians as weird as this judge? I don't think so. Maybe. There's gotta be someone like this. Order, order. The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And she was then thrown out of her window onto the courtyard, or into the courtyard below. Not sure. I've never seen an Amish Canadian judge. Wait, she was scratched to death and then fell 10 feet. Exactly. Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Donham's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Wah! To attacked by a cat? Could you imagine? Oh my god, could you imagine this woman is out in the courtyard and like she like is just walking by the statue, a cat jumps on the statue and the sword slips out of its hand and stabs her straight through the back, and then she's on the ground desperately like trying to like claw away because like the sword has penetrated through her body, and then the cat springboards off the sword, which causes it to fling back into the air and into the hand of the statue. You can see that happening, but instead of a cat it was you. Could work 847. Oh no. No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Call the cat as witness. Your rip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. However, if there was no blood in the room, then your claim that... I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this. As I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood? Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. Yeah, but there's still like a little bit, right? Was there no traces? If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed. With the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. Okay. Karma's cooking. Mr. Mittens, where you at? We have to come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. Okay, except for the whole courtyard thingy. What, did she jump out after her and was like, yeah, and pulled out the sword? Order, order, order! I must admit that this is a probable version of events. I expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness? Please? Remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. Yeah, just get back up there. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape. Especially my back and my mood. Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. Is that... okay? Like, when you say massage, do you mean you're gonna whip her back repeatedly? Because this is... I'm quite disturbed by this. It's like Excalibur. Whoever takes the sword out of the victim is the new head of the place. I see. And that's why Iris rushed over and she was pulling it out. And that's what she saw. She saw Iris trying to save this woman by ripping out the sword, which in fact killed her because she was probably still alive, and then the blood loss You're not supposed to pull out swords. That's silly. With the whip. I was joking. Oh boy. Alright, alright. Further details, please. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Ami was... stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. Are you sure you saw... This is weird. I'm still thinking the statue came to life. This makes a lot more sense. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strives for nothing but for perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Wait, unless you're Pete Davison in Bodies, he stabbed himself with a sword by trying to open a wine bottle with the sword for a TikTok video and accidentally slit his own throat. I'm sorry, what? He's just trying to open a wine bottle. Okay, wait. So he stabbed himself with a sword by trying to open a wine bottle, and the sword... Okay, accidentally slit his own throat. How do you even... How do you do that? Your Honor, the statue is alive. It will delete all the contradictions. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska von Karma. And I'm here to teach you that. Okay. So what do you gotta say? Further details. Yeah, crazy movie. Jeez. Okay, when you looked across the scene, the sword was already in place. Expound, please. At that time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all of this, of course, so I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood, not then. I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed? That's a no. So let's go on with that. Think carefully. Whoop. Okay, that is my alarm. Wait, everyone was trying to figure out who killed him, having no clue he did it himself. Oh man. Alright. So, that was my alarm, so I'll take a real quick break. And then after that, we'll see what Edgeworth has to say on this. And maybe get some more details. Alright. Be back in a little bit. Alrighty, back. I'm ready to continue. Sorry for the delay. Ah! You're the welcome back, plushie. Oh, and you're probably already gone, but bye, Jason. Have a great rest of your day. Alright, ow. Hi, guys, how's it going? Okay, so Edgeworth was saying, think carefully. This is very important. This is Iris we're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No, when I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elisa's body. It might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth. Never seen so much blood before. Explain? New judge? Yeah, we got the Canadian judge. Miles wanted a different judge because he is, in fact, being a defense attorney, even though I don't think legally he can. Because he's only a prosecutor. So he had to get a judge who didn't know him, which kind of backfired because apparently this judge also saw him once. But we got away with it, just ever so slightly. So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right. Some of it had splattered onto Iris, too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood flaked. Clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood flaked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? Press it. Always press it! Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little blood when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding. Well, I say that what I saw... Wait. Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman getting stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out. Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like it came out. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? Everything's important, ma'am! More important than you can imagine. Okay, I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly laid down. Wait. The blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out? Oh, drawn out. Okay. Go on. I want to talk about this. It's probably going to make you incredibly uncomfortable. Smoothly, you say. You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out. That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the golden statue of Mystic Ami. That doesn't look smooth. Mystic Elise was on the ground and Iris was stooped over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt. That can't be true. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Ami's body. It slid out from that gaping wound. Well, it goes without saying that if the sword was removed, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? I can't help but feeling that something about this testimony is very out of place. That something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened. Never seen so much blood. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to present the sword. Why is the blood not near the hilt? Can you explain? Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. Taking jabs. But there are so many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrusted up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of those are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Please explain you- Ah! Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at that, the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that. Women are strong, Edgeworth, how dare you? Doesn't appear. What meaningless dribble. I, too, may appear to be weak and frail. But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep. Should I so choose? The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. There's also the fact that there's no blood near the hilt. That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. I'm not done! I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction. You've still got more? Man. The difference between him and May, she said. Exactly. This is such a difference from Felix. This one is simple. If this sword really was thrusted in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? Ah. Oh no. If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No! What do you think about that? Order! 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 Wah! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. But what does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is, the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shito. What? Yeah, exactly. What? A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool. Can't believe I got that. Let's examine this again. What is it that made us think the sword was the murder weapon? Well, it's because Mystic Ami was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. Well, you get to be Edgeworth's level smug. Exactly! It's amazing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shito was the murder weapon. Order! 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 Wah! So maybe this Shito was not the murder weapon. Even if that was the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes. Namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me. Could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there. What exactly are you going on a boot there? Here? The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. You what? Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible! No, Edgeworth, you haven't cracked once. You can't do this. You can't fail on me now. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? I mean, she disposed of the weapon, because clearly, look at this face. That is the face of a killer. Location of the weapon. I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it would be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out? Iris should have done, or could have done that. She could drive a snowmobile after all. Likely excuse. It's in the river and we'll never find it. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best shape, what with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. Okay. Where were they headed? A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, this certainly is an interesting theory. Can we check on it? Can we do anything about it? The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and ran all the way to Dusky Bridge. Okay. That solves your pesky little problem, yes. The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Oh boy. Okay. So you saw the murder at 11. You were sure about the time. Yes. I was worried about it after all. Why was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple. Her estimation of the time seems reasonable at least. Please continue, sister. Okay. What else? Okay. You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Right. The one who trampled me. It seems she's the type to hold a grudge. There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Anyway, I was really scared, and it was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out by the main gate for a spell. Okay. Then what happened? Saw tracks. Go on. As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. That's it. There's the only one we have. Or that's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls. Now you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate. So she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time. Could you imagine going out without your weapon madness? Exactly. I'm not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? Press further. Always press, man! I need an answer to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at the time? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used. Oh, I see. I never thought of that. That's right. I overlooked that too. Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness. I don't often go around touching hot engines. Do you not, ma'am? However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yes, for some reason only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. There wasn't any snow on it? Curses. It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? Okay, it takes 15 minutes to walk, 5 minutes on one of those. In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking. There's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain? I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch. Just like that. Crunch. Crunch. I haven't been able to find the courage to ride anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it. Okay, maybe they threw the weapon in the river. Came back. Refresh my memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes? It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that this is more than enough time. Captain Crunch. Yep. What do you mean? I missed that. No. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth? Could have done that. She could have driven the snowmobile after all. Well, it would have been possible time-wise. One element remains out of place here. Oh? And what would this mystery element be? The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Ah! Turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? She's as over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. All I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. Okay. So, what is the flaw? And it's great to play someone who isn't a little baby. That's true. So what is the contradiction here? It's a weather report. Okay, so let's see. I saw the murder around 11. I went to the main gate. There I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. Okay, so the snow apparently stopped at 11. So the tracks should have been seen? Right? Yeah. So that means the snow tracks shouldn't be covered. Right? He threw the weapon into the river and came back while I was knocked out. She could have done that. She could have driven the snowmobile. Okay, something feels off here. So she could have driven the snowmobile. Okay, I have an idea. If I present the weather report. It feels like it lines up, but maybe I'm wrong. Uh-oh. Your Honor, what do you think of this witness's statement? I don't think there's a problem with it. You say that with such gusto, I suppose I must agree that that's all there is to it. Don't get smart with me. Get smart with this penalty. Damn it. The snowmobile killer. It does have a pointy bit on it. It appears that even I can make mistakes. Okay. Tracks. Tracks that indicate the snowmobile had been used. But was it afterward? Something... I don't... What is the issue with the statements? Snow matches up. Hat. Stick. Okay, maybe if I press everything. Sure about the time. Time seems reasonable. You examine the stick. Let's see. I can't examine it further, but apparently it was carried by Elise and has her fingerprints on it, and the only thing that's different about it is the fact that the jewel is missing. But apparently no blood? So I don't know. Because it just has the victim's fingerprints on it. So I don't know if it's been wiped. Okay, went to the main gate. You reported it to Phoenix. That's right. To main hall. Cell phone. Okay. Wait, look at the picture again? Which picture? This picture? The sphere, yeah. All of them? Okay. So, this is the new one, right? And it looks like the snowmobile has returned. One set of Oh! Oh, that's a good point. But where do we use that? Okay, there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. What do I do, though? Maybe they threw the weapon into the Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Maybe the time-wise here? Okay, let's save it. Oh? Snowmobile track came after the footprints. Yeah. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, at Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? Oh, thank goodness. What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there would be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back. You're welcome, and I take payments of her bill. Okay! I gotta send some. You're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it? I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. Except, what do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? About that, is there a flaw in her theory? Yes. This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks. There is a contradiction. The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain? Why, there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction. Exactly. Put that arrogance up on display. No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, please present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow? The weather... Why is it said that way? Oh, man. Also, hi, Servant of Mars, and welcome. I forgot we got to play as Edgeworth in Trials and Tribulations. Yeah, it's pretty great. Oh, jeez. I don't like how you said this. It's gotta be the weather report. Oh, please. Witness. Please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Couldn't help myself. You were one away from the goal. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Aha! Ah! Order! Order! Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Yeah! It is too soon to be choosing this closing this trial due to snow. No objections. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this, then. When is the weather report ever correct? No. You've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Ah! Forecast data. All the weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true. We can't be totally sure, eh? What? How did she pull that off? It's being a prosecutor. The turntables, sir. It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. I've come this far, there's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Egg on his face. Yep. Aha, you can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well, then. Mr. Edgeworth? Where is your evidence that it already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's the crime photo because there's no snow on the body. So, probably stopped snowing around that time. Eh? Good catch. Oh, thank you. Present! I hope this is it. That's a lot of points deduction. Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. Whose footprints in the snowmobile photo? That's another thing. Were they there? Because wait, if it stopped snowing before the murder occurred, so it must have been. When was the photo taken? Okay, we're gonna have to look into that afterward. That being, whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. That's right! If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow. With just one exception. And that is... Do you have eyes? The victim herself, Miss Elise Donim. Bum, bum, bum. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. Also, hey, Epsilon Eagle, how's it going? Hope you're playing without walkthroughs or using ChatGPT. Otherwise, guilty. Of course, I would never do that. There's a reason why I hesitate on some things. Is because I'm thinking. I'm using my own brain, I swear. In other words, if the killer really did go to Edge River to dispose of the murder weapon. Ah, okay, so we're seeing this photograph. Then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks. Okay, it crossed the path, so it's not even from the snowmobile. Are those Phoenix's footprints? That's what all of them say. Oh no. Ah. Order! Order! Just what are you... Ah! Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I am not entirely sure myself, but... this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. Breaking her down, no! Unless you're referring to Miss Von Karma, then yes! From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At the time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then, when the person returned to Hazakura Temple... I love how they have an animation for this, it's great. The snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder. Which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. Pardon me? Is it storming here? That is a good question. Okay. So what's the point? The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. So she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. Okay. That sounds right. But what's odd is, when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near the Dusky Bridge. You must have failed to see it, sister. Wait, I said my place is storming. Oh no! Not asking a question if that's storming in the courtroom. Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Oh no. Is it storming really bad there? Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there, by the main gate, the snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. Huh. Interesting. So who and why was the snowmobile moved? You used the snowmobile? Also, dang it, I missed that. Order. Order. Order in the court. What does this all mean? Ugh. So then, what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. You got no proof. Exactly. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, then there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. So why? All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. Wait, I wouldn't dare to drive it. I don't know how to drive a snowmobile. Okay, that's good. I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Yes, I have nothing more to add. I've told you everything I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. Oh! A witness who saw something incredible? Larry. A witness, eh? Was there no one out walking, perhaps, near Dusky Bridge at night? Like Larry? You know, in the Heavenly Hall? Where apparently only losers go? Like Larry? I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering. Okay, I was joking, but damn. Bikini. Come on. Phoenix? Yep, possibly Phoenix. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out at that subarctic night. On that subarctic night. Oh my god. What did Larry ever do to you? So many things. Not to me directly, but he did so many things. Your Honor. Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder. I don't know for sure if he saw it or not. But there are 2 things about him that do come to mind. Oh, here we go. Wait, what did he do? He harassed so many women. He's done so many questionable things. I'm surprised he's not in jail. Which are? First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. That might be a good idea. And the second thing? The second being, this individual that I am thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Nope. Oh shoot, no, actually. No, you're right. Oh, I had the opportunity. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about? Well, it could only be Larry Butts. What was the saying? When something smells, it's gotta be the butts. Should have saved I should. You're right. Oh, this guy must be the product of Jean-Luc de La Duc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim Elise Donim. Her student? Interesting. Music didn't stop. I think we're good, though. And why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness. Pardon me. Before I even call him, he is, after all, an artist. So you're gonna lie? He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Okay, that's not a lie, exactly. Yep, a boot. Although I can't guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? Heck if I know. I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. The Canadian's coming out. Perhaps. Summon this youth as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. Oh. Okay. I am just making an adjustment here. I'll just finish this up a little bit, and then before Larry gets here, we'll stop. It will not take long to summon him. Very well, Larry. Better save up. Yep. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. Recess. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Ms. Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Beak. Oh, don't worry, I won't skip. To be continued. Perfect timing. Alright, so we will continue next week from this point. 20 minutes, more like another week, exactly. Alright, let's double save, just in case. But. Alright, so for now. Oh, shoot. Wait, don't look. Alright, I'll place up my schedule. And we'll stop here. So I stream from Fridays to Mondays, 2 times each day, all time 4. Yep. Today's Mystery Monday, so in approximately 4 hours from now, I'll be streaming again and playing Blueprints. Next Friday will be Final Fantasy IX and Dave the Diver. Saturday will be some more Thief Gold and Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Sunday, we're probably going to switch it up, maybe do some Expedition 33. I'll see if I can get that working. And then some more of the Long Dark for the evening. The next Mystery Monday, we'll be playing more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Wait, why playing on a Thursday? What? Stop trying to confuse me. Alright, so thank you so much for coming. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and hope to see you again. Alrighty.